Hi guys, how are you all doing today? Let me just so how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for taking out your time to listen to me talk. And of course, if you already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. So today we're just gonna jump right into it. My video today is today's video, as the title suggests. My husband is asking for permission to have a mistress. Well, I saw this on Twitter, and it got to me. I was like, "Hey, is it happening? Is it possible?" In the grand scheme of things, normally when men want to cheat, I mean, are they seeking for permission from you for, so this is quite weird, but this is how the story goes. The story is that the lady, that her husband claimed not to be turned on by her during sex, that he wanted more and more, and he was telling her something about having a mistress, and getting, if you see me looking away, it's just because I wrote it down, because that's something about him having a mistress would help get the his juices flowing, and stuff like that. Let me see if I can really find this thing, because I just don't want to go blabbing out of the top of my head. Anyway, so whatever, in a nutshell, that was what the man asked for. He was asking if she could, he was asking if he could, he could have a mistress in their marriage. Now the poor lady, who was put in this precarious situation, found herself, asking what to do. And at this time I was like, okay, poor honey is already feeling every shade of self-consciousness and lack of confidence in all of that. And I just want to say something here very quickly. Honeys, dear ladies, mothers, wives, girlfriends, I want you to always know something. You are the one who holds the trump cards. I've spoken about this before, just in passing, and in one of the videos where I talked about okay, it was on my blog, sorry. So if you haven't read that blog post, I'm going to leave the link here to that blog post about the Keisha Kayor and Gucci Mane thing with how they had to ride and die and whatever. And I just want to, before I just go into this video, I just want to tell us ladies that we are the prize. Okay? You are the prize. If he's not working for it, if he's not ready to keep it, if he thinks or he wants an excuse to have to keep it, honey, let him go. Let him walk. And hold your head high, because dude doesn't get it. Now, for me, what I just want to do here very quickly is I just want to say, I just want to give a few pointers in what to do. Not so long. I just want to make it, super quick, and, let us, what to do, okay? Now, one of the first things that you can do in this situation, like I said, you are the prize. Women, you are the prize. And do not be led to think otherwise, okay? Every step of the way, from the moment a man speaks to you, not you going to speak to him, you are the prize. From the moment he tells you and we break it down, you still remain the prize. Except if you've got some shitty attitude going on, but listen, you are the prize, okay? Now, so just to break it down very quickly, and let us go down to what to do in this situation. Now, from the questions this lady asked, she said, I don't know what to do. She said she felt like, that she felt like, you know, he was, said she felt like he was, that she was doing something wrong, that she felt she wasn't satisfying him enough, you know. And I still come back to this. You have nothing to worry about. If you find yourself in this situation, I want to make you understand that you have nothing to worry about. You didn't do anything wrong. You are not doing anything wrong. And in a well-functioning brain of any man, okay, he is not, I mean, no right thinking man, okay, is gonna sit down, look his wife in the face, okay, and say he wants a mistress. I mean, that guy is all shades of whacked, first of all. Okay, so get that. So honey, it's not you. He has a sickness, he has a disease. Okay, excuse my language. Now another thing you have to understand, okay, is that if that relationship is healthy, because you as the woman, okay, you already have an idea that something is off. And first of all, knowing that something is off, you already understand that this relationship is no longer on the path that it was destined to be from the beginning, or you had planned it or mapped it out to be in the beginning. So that is where you get to understand that, okay, dude, or whatever is happening with your union or your marriage is, you know, out of the window. Now, another thing again you have to talk about, or you have to understand as well, is that that man has already dipped it in another honey pot. Yes, honey. He did not come to you because he hasn't done it. He's coming to you because he wants you to understand. He wants you to be like, okay with the fact that, you know, I did this, you know, and to give him a leeway, you know, pass. Remember when I talked about cheating husbands and, you know, the stupidity behind it? I have a video on that, and I'm going to put it, you know, in this video as well. You know, so he's looking for a leeway. He's looking for how to get a pass, because he is already doing the deedy. Yes, he's already doing the dirty. He's already doing the naughty, and he's looking for how to get you on board with that. And listen, if you know what, you know, it's all about, I don't think you're going to be accepting that kind of bullcrap. I mean, you know, that's one. It's hot. Gosh. I don't know how it's over there with you guys, but here in France, we are beginning to roast. Whew, terrible. Now, so that's another one. Then the next thing you also have to understand, or for you as a lady, this is where we get into the mathematics of things. You have to now, when you now understand that this man or this dude is trying to keep you, okay, hanging on to stupidity, hanging on to what's not there, hanging on to his uselessness. This is the time that you now begin to work the magic. Reverse psychology, everyone. You remember when I talked about that? Yes. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, the woman was talking about what to do. She feels confused. At this time, we're already talking about her confidence, her self-confidence, and everything is already beginning to, you know, she's beginning to doubt herself as a woman. Now, this is where we now begin to start the pampering. Honey, take yourself out, go to the spa, go and get yourself done up from head to toe, makeup, makeover, body pampering. Take yourself out and go shopping. Honey, if you need to start working out, if you have not been working out, start doing the working out. The working out is not because whatever it is you want to do, or if it's a diet, but the bottom line here is operation start looking good. Operation change the look. Operation, we're talking operation change the look. We're talking operation relooking. We're talking operation change the hair color. We're talking operation makeover with a very good makeup artist. That's what we're doing in this case. Excuse me. That's what we're going to be doing now, okay? Because his eye that is turning on you, is going to have to turn back to you. If You still want him though. But that's your cue. Make yourself valuable. Let him see what he's going to miss. Okay? I get it that a lot of women, over time, we get overwhelmed, you know, in our relationships or marriages, especially in marriages, you know, when the kids come, especially when the kids come. You know, I went through that phase, I wouldn't lie. You know, it was horrible, it was overwhelming, and I just told myself, when I said this has got to stop, because I just, you know, it happens, you know, from dealing with, you know, the children, and then the job and everything, it happens. So, you know, along the way, there's always the tendency that we could lose, you know, a little bit of ourselves there. But this is the time, you know, this is one of the ways that you now get yourself back on top and put yourself back in the game. Now, since Bobo, now the next point, since Bobo is looking for mistress, listen, I've talked about this previously in another video, about people in marriages or couples who have, you know, who are in open marriages. It's their business, okay? Now, since Bobo is looking for mistress, sweethearts, I tell you, you two, find another boyfriend. Now, don't get me wrong, the fact that you're gonna have somebody, you know, or guy, I'm not saying that you're gonna have a boyfriend who, in case, you know, situation whereby, for example, you still love your husband. Of course, all those things don't come. You don't want to do that. And I'm not telling you to cheat on your husband when you know you don't want to do that. Mind you, you're still in a union. But we're talking about a situation whereby you have to make this dude understand what he's going to miss or what he's missing. So put yourself out there, okay? Go out on dates, okay? It happens. Listen, you know, there are times in marriages where there are certain things that have to happen for the brain to reset. You know, it has to, you know, there are certain things that have to happen before the brain can do factory reset and come back on its own. So, and it's one of them. This one I'm talking about is one of those things. Most times, lots of men do not understand anything going on with a woman until they see another man talking to her. Most men do not, when in situations like this, there are men who come out, they don't see their wives as beautiful. They don't see them as, oh, this is the woman, you know, I vowed to, you know, blah, 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 and all that, you know, jazz. No. But the only time they get the message loud and clear is when they see a competition, and then testosterone begins to, begins to flow. This is the time to hit and knock out, you know, just do, you know, and begin to move. I've read a lot of books like that before. Even there's a couple of movies that we've seen in, you know, I can't remember them right now. So, but I know that I've read a couple of books like that where, you know, in a situation whereby the man and the woman, they are busy trying to, you know, and then, you know, that kind of thing. Competition is allowed. I agree. Okay, right. Now the next thing, okay, again, is talking about her self-confidence, or your self-confidence, is don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about yourself. If everything you're doing, okay, make it like you should. Don't feel bad about it. Let me give you an example. Let me tell you guys a story. I talked about being a victim in a very toxic relationship. And I also talked about the fact that at a time, in that video, I'm going to put the video here, okay, where I talked about a friend of his who came, and there was nothing going on, and this was not a situation of, you know, the friend was asking, nothing of that nature. I'm just trying to make an explanation here. But, you know, don't get it twisted. This is a situation, they're totally two different things, but I'm just trying to put into perspective, you know, how certain men think and how they view things. Now, every time there was a guy, you know, who was saying hi to me, he was always upset, okay? And it wasn't healthy in the sense that there were so many things that were wrong. There's something about being jealous, but when jealousy becomes violent, then we begin to, you know, look at, you know, the dynamic of the whole thing. So, you know, in every one of those situations, for one moment, I never felt anything wrong. Because for me, I'm a lady. I know I'm beautiful. So if guys walk up to me and say hi, fine. I'm okay with that. Even if I don't want to have anything to do with them, I'm okay with that. Okay, so that's just what I'm trying to say. If a guy says, oh, you look beautiful, or something, 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 and you know how well whatever you could talk about before you come and meet a girl, or when you're talking to a girl, all those jazz, you know, for 1 minute, I didn't think it was, you know, there was nothing wrong with it. I felt desirable, I felt good, and I felt that, okay, yeah, I had something going on here. So I knew I wasn't going to be losing much, you know. That's just what I'm trying to, you know, say here. Okay, now, the last one, because I don't want to talk too much, well, we've got to the last one. This is something that, like I said, you as the lady, you're not doing this to get him back. You are doing this to make him understand that you know the game, all right, and that you can walk, and that when you walk out the door, someone else is going to come. And if he wants to get a mistress, that's his problem. It's none of your business. And make him understand that you already know he has got a mistress. At the end of the day, okay, you cannot force Bobo to do anything. All right? As always, you cannot make him do anything. If he wants to have a mistress, it's his business. Okay? But whatever happens, do not try to bring out or try to make him understand what he is doing. It's just like, you know, when you are doing something wrong. If you have no clue and no idea that you're doing something wrong, if 100 or 1,000,000 people talk to you about that or tell you that this thing you're doing is wrong, it's a waste of fresh air and breath because you're not seeing that, okay? So, in essence, he has to come to terms on his own. He has to come into himself. He has to understand what he is doing. And I also said this also in my last video, in the video where I talked about ride or die relationships. Okay? In every step of the way, anything you want to change about yourself, anything that you think you want to practice, anything that you want to put into motion, it's you. It has nothing to do with external forces. No. Everything has to be about you. He has to think about what he's doing, what the repercussion may be. He has to be the one to understand every step of the way. Okay? So, honey, don't go bothering yourself about whether, you know, he understands at all what is going on or is he even don't do that. Do your thing. Okay? And, you know, whatever he wants to be doing is his own concern. All right? Okay, so this is where this video ends for me. And on this note, what other pointers do you think you can add to this story or to this gist? Okay, that he asks for permission to bring his mistress into a marriage. What do you think can this lady do? Okay, I've given my own 6 cents. All right, so you can all put your own $3 right there in the comment section below, and not fail to like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel. Like this video because your likes help me, and subscribe to my channel because I will be so grateful that you subscribe, and I will not stop asking you for subscribe to be subscribed to my channel because I need your subscription, and I also know that it doesn't cost you a dime. Thank you. Alright, so until our next video, I'll see you guys. Love you all so much. Bye bye.